You know the feeling, right? You're in the kitchen, you start chopping an onion, and bam, tears. But what's actually going on? Is it personal? Nope, it's just some really cool everyday chemistry. Let's get into it. I mean, it really does feel like that, doesn't it? You're just minding your own business, trying to make dinner, and suddenly you're locked in this chemical battle with a vegetable. It's like the onion is armed with some kind of invisible weapon. And this is what makes it so weird. Think about it. You can chop up a potato, no problem. A carrot? Easy. But the second your knife hits an onion, here come the tears. So what's the deal? Why the onion? All right, let's peel back the layers of this mystery. Sorry, couldn't resist the pun, but seriously, spoiler alert, the onion doesn't have a personal vendetta against you. It's not out to get you. It's just pure, fascinating chemistry at work. So, to really understand what's happening, we've got to zoom way, way in, like down to the microscopic level. The secret is literally locked away inside the onion cells, just waiting for something to set it off. And here it is. The onion has a hidden chemical defense system. It's a pretty smart setup, actually, designed to stop pests from eating it. And us, well, our eyes just happen to get caught in the crossfire. Okay, so let's meet the first key player in this little chemical drama, sulfoxides. Now, these are basically sulfur compounds, and they're just chilling inside the onion cells. They're totally dormant, totally harmless. Emphasis on for now. And now for our second player, a special enzyme called alliinase. And here is the absolutely crucial part. These two guys are kept totally separate from each other inside the onion cells. It's like having baking soda and vinegar in different containers. On their own, they do nothing. But you know what happens when you mix them? So, when do they finally meet? Well, the exact moment your knife slices into that onion. That's the trigger. That's what kicks off this super fast, really amazing chemical chain reaction. Let's walk through it. So, here's the play-by-play. Step 1, your knife breaks open the cell walls. Step 2, this lets those sulfoxides and enzymes finally mix together. Step 3, they react and create this really unstable thing called sulfenic acid. And step 4, almost immediately, that acid rearranges itself and poof, it becomes a gas. And this gas, our little villain, has a very big name. Syn-propanethyl S-oxide. Yeah, I'm not going to try to say that 5 times fast. But this is our culprit. This is the invisible gas that floats up from your cutting board, making a beeline straight for your eyes. All right, now we get to the climax of the story. The gas is in the air. So what happens when this invisible weapon actually reaches its target, your eyes? Well, this is where your body's own defense system kicks in. Okay, so that gas, remember the one with the crazy name? It drifts up from the onion and dissolves into the moisture that's always covering your eyeballs. And right there, that's when the real magic or irritation happens. It creates a mild sulfuric acid. Yeah, you heard that right. Sulfuric acid. Now, before you panic, it's super, super weak, but your eyes, they're incredibly sensitive. So even this tiny, tiny amount of acid is more than enough to set off all the alarm bells in your body. So the onion has fired its shot. It's deployed its chemical weapon. But don't you worry, because your body is ready to fire right back. The second your sensory nerves detect that acid, they send out an SOS signal to your brain. And that signal immediately activates your lacrimal glands. Think of them as your own personal tear factories. They spring into action. You see, this isn't you being emotional over a vegetable. It's a reflex, a purely protective one. Your brain is basically yelling, "Emergency! Flush this stuff out!" So the tears are produced to dilute that acid and wash the irritant away, protecting your cornea and keeping everything clear. It's actually a pretty brilliant defense mechanism when you think about it. So at the end of the day, what's the big takeaway here? The onion isn't trying to make you cry. It's not personal. It's just doing what it evolved to do, defend itself. We just happen to be, well, the collateral damage in its fight for survival. And I think this quote just sums it up perfectly. Your eyes are caught in the crossfire of this small but effective example of everyday chemistry. It's this tiny little war happening right there on your cutting board. A really clever defense from the onion, and an equally clever counter-defense from your own body. Kind of amazing when you stop to think about it, right?